Okay, so I got some good news and some bad news. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, so I actually forgot to check. Okay, so there's the bad news right there. I still don't have my old profile yet. I'm still stuck with this new one. But the good news is I got Cardiff City Network to work. Now, I don't know, either one of two things happened. Either it was a bug with either Xbox or the game itself, and it was patched while I was streaming, or the more likely option, me shutting it off and turning it back on fixed it. But we're gonna get into that later. First off, today I'm gonna start off with Riviera Line, the last of the 3 core routes. Then I'm gonna do Ludwigsbahn, then Cardiff City Network. Is that the same icon for Ludwigsbahn as Frankfurt to Fulda? I think it is. So, that's what we're gonna do. Start with the introduction as usual. And I'll probably mostly be focusing on the Voyager since that is, well, basically I already know how to drive all the other ones. The Voyager, the Class 220 is brand new. Bit of a basic route map, but looks better than the default one. Alright, is this something? Yep, stack the hard hats. Get that fire extinguisher. Alright, taking the elevator up, I guess. It sounds like it's in electric mode, not diesel. Maybe it's like the ALP-45 and you can hear the traction motors pretty loud. Is there any more collectibles over here? I do not believe so. I don't know why I'm looking for them when I'm gonna try and get my old profile imported once they fix that. Although I did realize that the mastery, since that's through Dovetail Live and not the game itself, that does carry over both ways. So that's why I have all the posters, and in theory the posters from that I've collected so far with this new temporary profile should carry over.
railway was abandoned due to maintenance issues with the pipes and poor fuel economy.
I heard these seats are not very comfortable in real life.
The railway was converted from broad gauge to standard gauge in the late 19th century, shortly after the area's consolidation into the Great Western Railway.
Yeah, I don't see any smoke. I don't hear an engine. Well, actually, I can kind of hear an engine.
In 1877, named Plymouth North Road. A major rebuild began in 1930.
It's a pretty neat looking route.
However, the work was delayed by the Second World War and not completed until 1962. This route is famous for its scenic seaside towns such as Dawlish and Teignmouth. The severe weather of the coastline has caused many problems along the railway. In 2014, the severe weather collapsed the Dawlish seawall, cutting off the peninsula from the network. On several occasions, delays have been caused by waves hitting trains, such as on the 29th of September 2024, when a train was hit by a wave and was rendered unable to move until it was rescued by another train.
I have seen plenty of videos of this line. I think it's this line at least. Like crazy storm waves going up against the tracks.
Was completed in 2020 and the seawall was given a new foundation. This route features the British staple Class 150 Sprinter for local coastline journeys and the modern Class 802 to tackle the journey to Plymouth and beyond.
And the Class 800 is, the Class 802 is literally just a more powerful version of the Class 800.
The scenic coastline down to Paynton. Be aware of the weather and watch out for delays. There is something for everyone in along this beautiful tourist route.
Alright. Alright, Class 220 it is. Alright, train center. Alright. There it is.
In this training module, you will be learning to drive the Class 220 Voyager diesel-electric multi-fuel.
Pretty short. Only 4 cars.
During this brief introduction, we will go through the
Much louder than the 802.
This is a diesel-electric high-speed multi-fuel unit, first built by Bombardier Transportation in the year 2000. They were introduced to replace the aging Intercity 125 and Class 47 fleets operating on the cross-country route. The Class 220 operates as a 4-car set, but can be coupled into larger trains when required. Coaches are labelled A to F, and there is no Coach B on a Class 220. This is only found on its tilting 5-car sibling, the Class 221.
I don't know if this one tilts or not.
Key to activate this cab. The reverser determines the direction of travel. Set it to neutral while we set up the cab for operation.
Alright, a little weird the way it's mapped on the rail driver.
Lights to indicate that this train is operational. Open. Now close the doors. Set the reverser to forward. Move the power handle forward to release the brakes and...
Accelerates fairly quickly for a DMU. Yeah, it says tilt fault, so I'm pretty sure that means this does have tilting capabilities. Can I see anything? Doesn't look like it's tilting. How about here?
On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption.
I don't see anything else about tilting.
Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply some brakes using the power handle. Coaches are equipped with a Cummins QSK 19R diesel engine capable of up to 750 horsepower. This allows for a top speed of 105 miles per hour.
Alright, I'm really zooming. Try and get it up to 100. See how fast. Oh, it kind of looks like it's tilting. No, that's just a banking in the tracks. But doesn't want me to go past 160. Alright, at least the rail driver is properly mapped on this one, where the braking powers in the dynamic section.
You're approaching the station. Begin
Oh, I'm
slowing
gonna have to slow
by
down
moving the power
fast.
handle into the braking range.
Yeah, the Aero 3 yesterday, everything was in the throttle section, where for the reverse, it should have been the dynamic brake section. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but it seems like it wouldn't be. Unfortunately, rail driver support doesn't seem to be much of a priority with this game. But I have been pleasantly surprised with how well it's working out of the box compared to the other games. I mean, I've heard some people complain on the forums that it's just as bad, but for me, it's actually been surprisingly good. Oop, I overshot that slightly. I'm still on the platform, though. I just overshot where it wanted me to stop.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this multiple unit.
I do really like the cross-country livery. That's nice to have one of those here. Alright, let's give this thing a whirl on the actual line. Alright, Riviera Line. What is the timetable like? I mean, this isn't the full timetable since it's not the full release, but still curious. So it kind of tells. So I guess you can get a little glimpse. Quite a bit to do. So not bad. Would be nice to have a little more. But start with scenario. Another one of those scenarios where you have to not run out of fuel. I struggle with that quite a bit on main Telbahn. Interesting. That one is a recreation of a real life event. I'm surprised they're able to get away with that. I know, like, railroads and companies, if, like, something bad happens, they usually don't want recreated for, like, publicity reasons and stuff like that, but that's pretty interesting. But like I said, I want to drive the Voyagers, so I think this is a good one. It'll be in the winter, so it'll be challenging, but it's only an hour long and it goes across the entire route, not counting that branch line. Alright. Let's get on. Versus neutral. Okay. Lights. Alright. Let's are we on? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a challenge to see. Is there a headlight dimmer at all? Doesn't seem like it. What if I try? Not sure what the backup lights do. Does that dim it at all? No, it doesn't really make a difference. Day, not really. Interesting, fault. I wonder if that's like part of the random faults or not. Let's get everything cut in first. Alright, we got a stuck door. So I wonder if that's part of the random faults or not. You wanna close? There we go. That's fair. Alright, just a tiny bit of power. Don't want wheel slip.
The next station is Tottenham. This is a cross-country service to Leeds.
Ah, it even says, like, this is a cross-country service. That's cool. I like the announcement. I like the random faults. Pretty cool features. Alright. Just a tiny bit of power. I guess now that we're on the move, it's becoming slightly easier to see. I was kind of nervous. I'd be able to admire the scenery at first, but he'll be fine. I do like this train quite a bit, so I am really hoping to see it layered on other routes and maybe get some of its variants to Class 221, 222. Oh, if you would excuse me, guys, for just 1 second, there is. I'm sorry, I am deeply sorry about that. There was a stink bug on the armrest of my chair. That good thing I didn't squash it, because that would not have been a pleasant experience. But whatever. Back to it. And looks like the 25 is over, so full speed ahead. Well, almost full speed. This thing does accelerate quite quickly. That's pretty neat. Alright. This train actually feels really nice with the rail driver. Just the way it's mapped is a lot better than most others. Unfortunately, is still quite a challenge to see. What if I try putting day headlights on? Will that make a difference? Not really. Past the Class 802. Alright, we got 60 coming up. So we'll just coast. Is that? Oh, is that the water? Hey, did a pretty good job with the water. Can actually kind of like see the waves. At least it looks better than usual. But so far it doesn't seem like it's tilting. You know what? I'm gonna do a no and look it up while I'm driving. Because I want my question to be answered. Alright, just based off of Google's AI summary, it does not tilt. I usually don't like to trust the AI summaries, but I don't want to get distracted for too long. It's a live stream, time is of the essence, so I'm just gonna pray that's not misinformation and this isn't tilting. So I guess this tilt fault thing is carried over from the class 221 or 222. I forget if the 222 tilts or not, but it would probably just carried over just to be cheap. And probably more interchangeable. Just get an entire panel. This route kind of feels like a roller coaster with all these hills. It does struggle slightly getting up the hill. It's not 2.5. It's decently steep. It's interesting how it used to be an atmospheric railroad. Wonder, so basically off of air pressure. It's an interesting way of doing it. Alright, just a 60 coming up. I do have the route map marker thing at the top telling me the signals and speed. Sometimes I wonder if I should just disable it and go without the HUD. Or maybe just keep the HUD for objectives and whatnot. But, I don't know, at the same time, it's nice to have to learn route and whatnot, but, I don't know, it could be a fun challenge. I mean, I have done it before. A couple of years ago, I did a run on rapid transit without the HUD. Oh, there's a red coming up. Wow, now it's really getting hard to see. What if I just turn my lights off? Yeah, that doesn't make it any better. Or what if I... marker lights? Nope, that's not making it any better. Alright, best to just keep it at night. Or you could use the external camera a bit more. But we're coming up to a red anyways. At least I can see the signal clear. Oh wait, oops. No. I am... Oops. Well, it was getting kind of hard. I got distracted. What else is new? I mean, it was hard to see, so I think it's probably best to just try a different scenario. That's a long one, but it seems like I can actually see, so... Because I want to drive the Voyager, but I want to do a scenario. I'm trying to save the timetable for the full release so I have the layers. So, that's just a dispatcher. That could be cool though, but just do the longer one, but hopefully we can actually see. Alright, so we got some power issues. Guess we're not going to be getting full power. But at least there's no... It's light out and there's no fog so far. So... Alright. So where am I? I am at Exeter. Or Exeter Street Davis. That's a mouthful of a name. I see some hats that need to be picked up. Very loud. Anything else I can find while I'm here? I only got 20 seconds left. Right here. Alright, well I found something. Even though that'll probably get reset once I bring in my new profile. Or my old profile, rather. Oh, that's second man seat. Probably don't need... Actually, I do need that much power. We got reduced power, so full throttle. Even though I'm only going 20. Doesn't feel that much slower so far, but I mean, I barely driven this train. How would I know? Ooh, and I'm speeding. So it seems like with the rail driver, the only issue with this train is I can't throw it into emergency. When I throw it all the way, it only goes to max brake. I have to use a controller for that. How many station stops do I have? Couple. And I guess I'm pulling into a siding or something later. wonder if I can get up to 125 on this route. I doubt it. I feel like 100's probably the top speed. Yeah, I would really like to see some more variants of the Voyager. I forget if they said the Class 150 got an update or not. I want to say they did, or at least it might have updated. I think what they did is they updated the physics, but I don't think they updated the sound, so it's something along those lines. That's one of the reasons why I was so hesitant on getting Cardiff City. I didn't know, like, how much they updated the Class 150. But since they made it part of the special edition, I caved in. Because, yippee, horrible financial skills, go Burr. Some slight rain. $75 come out. For once, they paid attention to the trackside signs and not the thing on the top right. I forget what it's called. Oop, bit of a lag spike there. I'm waiting to get a thumbnail screenshot for when I drive along the water. And would you look at that? I'm driving along the water. I didn't think it would happen this soon. Right about here can be good. Once again, I'm gonna mess with the weather a tiny bit. Make it look better on the thumbnail. Once again, you saw me do it in the video, so it's not clickbait. That's a bit of a better spot. Yeah, the water looks so much better. Just like with the waves and everything. remember when yeah, some areas with the where the water goes when you're close to the water, it just looks horrible. Some routes. I remember before Peninsula Corridor got delisted or debranded, there was a glitch for the longest time that never got fixed where there was a bunch of water that was completely missing. It was just like a field. Really hoping to get the Caltrain license back because, well, not only would I love to see that route get some updates, but I'd also like to see an updated route with the EMUs. Maybe even an extension to Gilroy, who knows. I think this could be, I think this has a potentially looks slightly better. Alright, once again going to, yeah, I like that. The water looks so much more blue and vibrant from the cab for some reason. Got a small little harbor there. It's a pretty neat route, definitely very unique. I can see this, just like with the other two, I can see this route becoming a favorite of mine. Surprised how fast he can go along this area. Didn't mean to press the sand. Oh, that's a pretty cool rock over there. That rock, that reminds me, Wii Sports Resort, Woohoo Island. There's that one arch rock area. Wii Sports Resort, I played that so much. So it immediately made me think of. Oh, station stop coming up. It's too busy admiring the scenery.
We are now approaching Dawlish.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Forgot the train. Forgot they added announcements. I got startled for a second. Like, who's talking to me? Cannon. Is that collectible? I got some time. It's actually putting me on a timetable for once. even though it only shoots confetti. That's boring. I want to shoot the cannonballs. Get some destruction going. Oh well, I don't think they can really do that. But that's still a neat little detail. Is that another one? I don't know. It's a neat little town. Alright. So I guess it's one more station. And then it's to the depot.
This is a cross-country service to Limerick.
Yeah, it definitely feels noticeably more sluggish than before. They really did a fantastic job with the scenery. The urban scenery looks way better than Morristown Line. It's like the one issue I had with that route is some of the urban scenery. Even though they improved significantly on the New York area, it still looked pretty bad in some areas. Yeah, this is definitely a very cool stretch of track. Kind of like the Pacific Surf Liner in a way, the way it gets so close to the water. At least there's not much rain and fog, and I can actually see this time. Alright, let's see if we can get up to top speed with the reduced power. Alright, I've hit 80, 81, 82. Yeah, time to start slowly back down to 60. I got close. When am I at? 83. Not bad. Looks like... Alright, I guess the pantograph button on the rail driver activates DRA. Don't have permission just yet. Even though the platform's empty. It's weird.
We are now approaching Newton Abbot.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when
Alright, got yellow now.
This is Newton Abbot. This is a cross-country service to Plymouth. The next station is Plymouth.
I don't know why it's still giving me the announcements. I thought that was my last stop. I guess it just automatically does that by default. Can I fire a cannon that's not fixed? No, I can't. I don't see any of the... Oh, I was just gonna say I don't see any posters, but there we go. That's the one from West Coast Main Line South. So I have the West Coast Main Line South one, West Coast Main Line North. I still have to unlock the London Overground one. That one's taking a while. I do like collecting the posters. It's neat seeing them on the different routes. Can I get my camera in the train? Guess not. Just gonna keep bumping it out of the way. There's this guy almost out of the way. Taking forever for a signal to clear. Any second now. Alright, that signal should clear up the block between me and him. Or not. Any day now. Unless it's another train I'm waiting for. I don't think so. That took a while, but we're good to go. Alright. Empty to Plymouth. Except there are still passengers here because the passenger system in this game is kind of broken. Well, correction, it's not kind of broken, it's very broken. It's a very low bridge. I think that's a little too low. Yeah, my train's kind of clipping through there. It's definitely not supposed to be that low. Still don't have the highball just yet. But there we go. Didn't give me a yellow, just went all the way to green. Oh, I wonder if it's... Oh, you know what it is? That's probably part of that. I forgot they have signal delays now. I wonder if that's part of it. I think it said it can be up to like 20 seconds a signal delay. Maybe slightly longer. But I'm willing to bet that was one of those signal delays. Alright, so far in this video, I've had a random fault and a signal delay. Yet to bump into a temporary speed restriction, though. Not sure if those will be included on the special edition routes. I did set the frequency to low. I do want them enabled. It will make things a lot more fun and interesting. But I set it to low because A, it's a bit more realistic. Doesn't have that kind of stuff doesn't happen all that often. And B, I don't want to constantly have to worry about it. I do also like just having a relaxing run. So I at least want to have it, so it changes things up, makes it interesting, but it's not to a point where it's overwhelming. Very steep and windy. I like those kind of routes. But it's not too slow either, it's still pretty fast. It'd be nicer if it was a bit more busy and varied, but you still got plenty to do. And there'll be way more to do once the full release comes out and we have the full timetable. Yeah, this reduced power is making it hard to get up the hill, even at full throttle. Alright, at least you got a drop coming. This route does feel like a roller coaster, I like that. Yes, as you can see, the rail driver still isn't perfect. There is some jiggling from time to time, but like I said before, it's acting way better than usual. That train that's in front of me, I wonder if I'm ever gonna end up overtaking it. I know some stations, I think, have some middle tracks I can pass. Question is, will I get there in time to do so? This part of the route definitely isn't as interesting, but still pretty neat. And you're kind of like in the woods, you got some hills and curves. Yep, that's a train that passed me, so it looks like I am gonna pass it here. Doesn't even fit on the whole platform. Alright. Oop. Got another hill. I'm struggling. Kind of surprised they let me overtake him. I feel like, considering the reduced power, I'm not gonna do a very good job staying ahead. I am glad they include both the 5-car and 9-car variants of the 802. And I'm guessing I don't think the 800 runs on this route. I don't think it's powerful enough to handle the hills. But I remember when East Coast Main Line released, I was really disappointed that they included the 801 because they really wanted a dual mode. But we finally got the dual mode version, or one of the dual mode versions. And we got the ALP 45, so as a bonus, 2 dual mode locomotives. If you couldn't tell already, I really like dual mode locomotives. See yep, it's gonna be uphill for a while, so it's gonna be a struggle. What is that tower? Probably like a cell tower or something. Kind of looks like one. There's blind. Still struggling to get up despite full power, but it is smoothing out a little bit, so I might be able to get up to the speed limit. Yep, I'm definitely gonna get to the speed limit. Alright, I think we're about 2/3 of the way there. It is a bit of a longer run. Alright, 15 miles to go. Very windy route. Overall, though, it just kind of feels like the better West Cornwall local. Downhill, and I am speeding quite a bit. Not too many stations. It also kind of makes it feel like West Cornwall local. Just very few stations. It goes for a little while. Also surprised the rain hasn't changed too much. I feel like whenever it rains in this game, it's like downpouring. I have to use the fastest wiper setting. But for once, it's just some light rain. I can put it on intermediate. Alright, I think it's mostly downhill from here. Oh, that guy stopped. But never mind, he's moving now. Maybe he was moving the entire time and just didn't notice? I don't know. Got a slight hill again. And it's flat. And it's downhill. No depot whistle on this? I don't think it has a depot whistle. I don't even know why some of the British trains have a depot whistle. I think it's just like a bit more quiet than the horn, but I don't know why that'd be exclusive to depots. I guess it's kind of like just their version of a bell that an American train would use, only they use it differently than a bell. I don't know why the camera's acting weird on this bridge. I think the curves have been preventing it from rolling down the hill too fast, which is nice. Alright, first speed increase in a while. Bit of a steep downhill. Alright, I'm sorry guys. I will be right back. Just have to use the bathroom for a quick second. Alright, sorry about the wait. That took a bit longer than I wanted it to, but I'm back. So, kind of got a little distracted. Alright, that was a brief moment of 80, but gotta slow it back down to 60. At least I can go back up, or I can go up 70, then back 60. Alright, almost at Plymouth. There's a depot I will presumably be heading into shortly. I'm running very early. Like 6 minutes early, I'm wicked early. You have to go pretty slow into the station.
We are now approaching Plymouth.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
was a very brief 15-mile-an-hour segment. Oh, it's probably from that crossover. Alright, finally made it to Plymouth. Oh, here's the station announcements. Oops. Well, I guess I also have to... I have time to explore a station. Actually, or I'll see. Maybe a little bit. I ended up having to do something real quick, so didn't really... Alright, I got like a minute to explore the station. Use a cannon. It's over here. I can't walk over there. Map. Let's get this shut down. Alright. Back the other way. Takes a while for those doors to open. I like the design of the interior quite a bit, though. But I don't know why these lights aren't on. There's no sound either. I don't think that's right. No sound, no lights. Now I can hear sounds, and the lights are on. That was weird. Wonder if those doors close automatically or not. To the depot. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this scenario is taking way longer than an hour and a half. It's probably just me. I mean, I was ahead of schedule by quite a bit. Okay, surprised it's letting me speed up that much. It's probably gonna make me slow down. Yep, it's gonna make me slow down at 15. But I will enjoy the speed while it lasts. Even though I'm not gonna get much of it because, well, the reduced power issue. Slow it back down. Gonna get permission. Nope, I have to wait for a signal change. That's fun. Alright, which train doesn't want me to pass? No clue. Oh wait, never mind, signal's green now, or yellow rather. Yeah, this is the thing I really like about depot runs. It just takes forever to get in and out. You go so slow. Like, I think it's kind of cool at, like, the start or end of a service, but I wouldn't do it, like, just to do it. I still think it's cool to have them modeled and see the inside and whatnot. So put the train wash on that side, but it's kind of hard to access that side. Or maybe not. So, stretches on for quite a bit. It's got like a platform there. Wow, I wonder why it stretches on for so long. Big lag spike. Come on. Stop lagging. There we go. Huh, wonder what this platform's for. Probably get to the other side of the train easier, maybe. It's just a Riviera Depot servicing platform. Probably didn't pronounce that correctly. Huh, I don't know why this area is so laggy. Alright. Back to your side. It's weird, some of the doors open so much slower than the others. These ones open quickly, but these ones don't. Huh, where the hell is it taking me? Go back in again? That's weird. Yeah, you know what? This is starting to get pretty boring. I'm probably making you guys all bored to death. I'm making myself bored to death, so... And since the scenario progress isn't going to carry over, we'll call it quits there. Alright. Got to see most of the route. Let's try out the Voyager. Next up, slightly older one, but one I haven't played yet. Ludwigsbahn. Do the route introduction.
Welcome to Mannheim Hauptbahnhof, located in Baden-Württemberg, Germany. Follow the markers to board your train before departure.
644-minute delay. That's
Sit down
crazy.
and available.
It does have that updated information screen. So the reason why I didn't get this route before is because it didn't come with anything new. Just wasn't that interesting. You gonna let me... Maybe I have to sit in the first carriage? Yep.
The area's first station opened in 1840 before being relocated in the 1860s.
It's an interesting
Further station
setup,
developments
though.
in the 1870s.
It's like all windy here, but really straight here.
In 1867, a two-track bridge was opened over the Rhine, replacing the Ludwigshafen Mannheim ferry. Between 1874 and 1875, a new reception building was built. At the start of the 20th century, the station underwent many significant developments, such as expanding the main station building and constructing additional platforms. Around 20 years later, the face of the reception building was moved 10 meters forward, doubling the floor space.
I think
In
if
the
I remember
1950s,
correctly, the
station
tram
building was
tracks
under
have
consideration to be moved.
some
However, the
AI-only
station stayed
trams
open.
running on them.
Instead, the tracks were raised and the station was expanded to 12 platforms.
Pretty neat bridge setup.
By the 1980s, 30,000 passengers used the station daily and around 700 trains stopped there. The station was comprehensively redesigned and renovated between 1999 and 2001 and went on to win Station of the Year in 2005.
Oh, this is an interesting looking station.
Further expansions were made in 2014 to include a new 210-meter long platform, Platform F. Rock up to the rolling hills of Rhineland-Palatinate and embark on varied passenger services along the scenic Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn in train Sim World 5. From local S-Bahn to meandering ICE traffic, enjoy a different pace on the rails between Kaiserslautern and the busy hub of Mannheim.
Alright, so since it unfortunately doesn't come with anything new, I already know how to drive everything, so let's find a scenario, see what we got. Timetable, I mean no layers, so not much. Only 2 services for the 111? Huh. yeah, scenarios based off that. One time the ship got stuck in the Suez Canal. Alright, they're all on the shore side. It's a longer scenario, but the speed test. I want to give that a shot. Sweet, I get to go above the limit. Alright, scale safety systems cut in. That's everything. Yeah, rail driver support's a little messed up on this one. Turn on the lights. AFB. Turn that up a little bit. Alright. What speed is this? 40? It's weird, it's not activating the low tone horn. Or it's activating like high and low at the same time. Yeah, this one's, they're kind of wiggling. Oops. What did I do? I think I accidentally threw into emergency. I don't know what it's saying, but please stop. Please stop. Alright, reset to physics. And I derailed. Okay, that went well. Alright, try a different scenario then. Alright, we'll do a freight run, see how that goes. Slightly shorter. Alright, we got priority. Safety systems cut in. Headlights.
AFB. AFB.
It's weird. Yes, train's having like the wiggling problem, so it seems to. I guess they only fix it with TSW6 locomotives. Alright, we got lights. Alright. Ooh, my wheels slipping? Yes, I am. Alright, let's keep at like 60% throttle. That's still too much. There we go. Alright, and we're going along this somewhat high-speed line. But I guess the alerter button, rail driver alerter button doesn't work on this locomotive. I have to press the controller B button. Ooh, that was a big lag spike. Also, I'm not saying center in the seat. Ooh, I can speed up. Alright, so I really hate to cut the video short, but I'm not really feeling the best right now. I'm starting to get a bit of a headache, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna cut the stream short here. I just have to lay down. I'm starting to get a bad headache, and I mean, I'm gonna continue it tomorrow. I'm gonna continue with Ludwigsbahn and Cardiff City Network, but unfortunately, I just have to stop it here. So, I want to thank you guys for watching, putting up with all the crazy stuff that happens, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.